Hello, I'm Michelle and welcome to Somewhere in Bookland. So today I'm doing Top 5 Wednesday, which is created by Ginger Reads Laney and is currently run by Thoughts on Tomes. It's a group on Goodreads where they post topics that you talk about every Wednesday, and it's the top 5. Today's is 2017 goals. So my first goal is obviously going to be to post to this channel more consistently than I did last year. Last year I posted at the beginning of the year, and it was going to be my start on Booktube, and it was an epic fail. I posted maybe 3 more times after that, but I deleted those videos, started fresh. I kept my first video just so I would, like, a constant reminder not to do that again, to this time stay consistent. So my plan is to post at least once a week, more if I can, and to stay consistent with it, to come up with a schedule, a time to post, always post at that time. So we'll see if that happens. My second goal is to read 50 books for the year. That's my Goodreads goal. So last year I read 144 books, which my goal was 100, so I surpassed my goal of last year, but I tended to steer clear of the longer, more intimidating books because I was afraid if I read those I wouldn't hit my goal, and then by the time I hit my goal I didn't really want to read those anymore. So this year I'm setting it at 50, that way I don't have that pressure and I can pick up the longer books, and if I still hit 100 something, then that's good. If I don't, then I won't feel like I failed. So my Goodreads goal is 50 books. My third goal is I would like to not buy as many books. I have a lot of books. You can't really see, but I have 4 bookshelves almost full, and then another bookshelf that there's only like 2 shelves full, so technically, I have 3 more shelves to fill. But not like full bookshelves, but 3 shelves on a bookshelf to fill. But I would like to try and limit my book buying this year, because I tend to spend a lot of money on books, and there's other stuff I could be doing with my money. I am trying to save up to buy a house, and my money should really be going towards that. There are a couple books that I've already pre-ordered, or I've used gift cards to buy. Those I'm not really counting because I've already spent the money, except the pre-order ones I could technically cancel, but I really don't want to. So in my mind that money's already gone. But aside from those, I'm going to try to really hard to limit my books. I would say I'd start going to a library more, but I always tend to forget to return my books on time, and then I have to pay library fines. And yeah, me and libraries, we used to get along when I was younger and my parents would return my books for me, but now we don't get along so well that I'm older. A lot older. You would think I'd be able to return them on time, but my fourth goal is to read different books than I would normally read. Like, I don't normally read a lot of nonfiction, so I have a goal to read at least 1 nonfiction book a month. I don't read a lot of classics. I have a goal to read at least 1 classic every other month, just because classics, depending on the classic, some classics take me a while to get through. I've tried to read Pride and Prejudice multiple times. I love the movie with Keira Knightley in it. Like, I love that movie, and I just can't get through the book. I've tried again recently, and it was like I was watching the movie in my head while reading the book, so like I knew what parts were coming and it was easier, but then I just kind of lost interest in it. It's not the story that I can't get through, it's just it's hard for me to get accustomed to the English that it's being written in. Like Charles Dickens, I've tried to read Charles Dickens before and I've had trouble with it just because I lose interest in it quickly. Like I can understand what they're saying, but I just lose interest in it quickly. And so I'm going to try to find classics that I enjoy, because I would like to read more classics and longer books and nonfiction and more diverse and own voices books. I would like to read those. Actually just bought a book I'm super excited to read. Bought one today, if you want to see it. Fire and Stars by Audrey Coldhurst. I just bought this today with a gift card. It was with the gift card that I got for Christmas. I would like to preface that. So, I bought this and I'm excited to read it. It's a female-female romance, own voices. I'm excited. My last goal, I didn't realize that was my fourth one. My last goal is, since I have already mentioned it, that I own a lot of books, I would like to cut down my TBR that I personally own. Like, I've read at least half of the books I've owned, but there's so many books I have that I haven't read. And there's books that I have that I've wanted to read forever, like The Mists of Avalon by, I think it's Marion Zimmer Bradley. It is Marion Zimmer Bradley. So The Mists of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley, I saw the movie on TV, not the full movie, but I was at my grandma's house for probably Christmas or something. I want to say I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. And then if I was in 7th grade, the next year I saw my teacher reading the book. And I was like, it's a book? What? I want to read that book. And she told me that I was too young to read it. And then I checked it out from the library in high school because my high school library had it. And it's just, hold on. Okay, this is the book right here. It is 870-ish pages long. The one at the high school library was a hard copy, and that was a little more intimidating. But even this has me a little intimidated because this is the first in a series. And I've always wanted to read it. I bought it this year, finally, after how long? It's been years since I wanted to read it, and I've just never picked it up. And now it's like this thing. Like, it stares me in the face and it just challenges me. And it's like, Michelle, you're never gonna read me. And I'm like, I will read you. I will. But, will I? So my goal, this is a book I definitely want to read this year. This is one of my long books I want to read. But my goal is to read these books that have been sitting here in my library on my TBR for who knows how long. Some of them, like this one, have only been here for a day. Others have been here for, I mean, technically only a year, but I've had it in my mind that I've wanted to read it for, you know, since I was in 8th grade, 7th grade. How old's that? How old are you in 8th grade? 14 or 15? 13? 13? 14. Either way, that's like 13 years for me. So, I should probably finally read it. See, but now I'm afraid because it's like so hyped up. Like, I've been wanting to read it for so long. What if it sucks? That's a fear too. But I should just get over it. And all these books that I just stare at, they all have like dots on them if I haven't read them. So, like that dot. They all have dots on them if I haven't read them. So, like, I like looking at my books, just sitting here and admiring them, and then those dots just mock me. So that's my last goal. To try and read as much of my personally owned books as I can. And then if I end up not liking a book, then I can choose to donate it to my library's book sale that they do annually. I already am building up a little stack of books that I'm going to donate that I've had for too long that I really don't want. So, that's all I have to say about this. What are your top 5 goals for 2017? Or your top 1? What's your biggest goal for 2017? My biggest goal is lowering my TBR of books that I physically own. So what's your biggest goal? If you want, you can comment. Leave a comment to tell me what your biggest goal is. If you liked it, like it. Or subscribe. I'm going to try to make new videos at least Wednesday. My goal is Wednesday, Friday. And that's all I have to say. Oh, side note. Completely off topic. Kind of off topic. So there's a local weather person that is here in Fred, he used to call something the 5-day forecast, and he used to be like, it's the 5-day forecast. And so now every time I hear Top 5 Wednesday, I want to go, Top 5 Wednesday. And yeah, that's just weird, isn't it? It's weird, but I should do it. But then, I don't know, it's weird, but I like it. Thank you for watching and listening to that ramble that was about nothing. And it's raining right now in California. I love the rain. There was a rumor it was going to snow tomorrow. Well, it wasn't a rumor, it was the weather forecast. And then it changed and now I'm sad. Bye!